a slight advantage that she doesn't have the fans here. I think you can get a lot of pressure with your family, friends coming out to watch. She doesn't have that.
The demand for tickets. And
yeah, she's literally in her own bubble right now, which is helpful. The guys were saying that she is a beast in the gym. She hits the ball a long way, works really hard in the gym and on the golf course. Got the best facilities in the world here, and she's making the most of it.
Yeah, Georgia Hall. Okay, good. After making that birdie, the last thing she needed.
Be cool though, doesn't she? I'm staying in a hotel. Got the nice BMW.
The World Cup of Darts. Back out to the course. Alison Muirhead here for birdie on the 18th.
This is at the 17th for Muirhead. Yeah, I think that was about to turn back in. Now, only 22 years of age, so her first season came through Q School.
She's not used to two-putting after yesterday on the green.
Yeah, I bet she has more than 19 putts today.
You see about saying you need to hit it a little bit harder. The greens are just getting slower. Meg McLaren mentioned a bit of dew that comes on them at the night. The pace definitely drops. Now, Georgia's already won a car in Dubai at this event. On the 15th at the Majlis, she won a car.
She didn't have a driving licence at the time.
She might have to dodge a few palm trees and even a floodlight coming into the green here. Now the floodlights focus mainly on the fairway, so if you are wide, it can be quite dark around there. And it's tough to see how well the ball lies in the dark because of the shadows. Doesn't want to fly her out of this rough.
Obviously, I haven't seen where that's finished from Metro. I wonder if that got gobbled up by the bunker.
Yeah, so easy to go underneath it in the rough, as I say. With that shadow, you can't see if it's sat up well or sat up in the ground. It's just something that we're not used to seeing. Playing in the daylight, you take it for granted that you can see the lie of the ball so well.
Oh, she's all smiles when she held one on the last screen, misses a short one there. So gives it straight back to Engstrom. 1 over for the day, 5 over par for the tournament. Actually usurped Charlie Hull as the youngest Rookie of the Year on the Ladies European Tour. Different countries, of course, different ways of tackling the coronavirus pandemic. In Sweden, pretty much the courses have been open all the time. Here in Dubai, Alison Muirhead was having to use a net in her back garden in 40-degree heat.
That is commitment to the cause, isn't it?
Because, you know,
40 degrees heat.
In June, that's, you know, what the temperature is it? This is the 13th. This is Trish Johnson's group. And Lydia Ko's waiting. There's two groups. There's Trish going through there. Lydia Ko's going to be playing that. And she's got another group ahead of her. So, I mean, what's going on here? Why is it such a bottleneck?
Well, they should clearly make it a call-up hole. I mean, in a shotgun, all you need is one group to start going slow and everything gets affected. Needs to get the referees out here and ask the amateurs politely to speed up, and the pros.
because it's frustrating, isn't it? I mean, you're not used to playing it this time of night as it is. Throwing a bit of jet lag for Lydia Ko.
It's part and parcel of playing pro-ams. This morning, or today's shotgun, I think was a lot faster than yesterday's. I thought they'd have learnt from it tonight. But as I say, you just need one group to have a bad hole or one group to be slow, and everybody is slow.
Yeah, so Georgia Hall, she might not know it, but take your time over this. This is the 12th. She's not going to get off the 13th tee for a little while. That's it, Georgia. Take your time.
It's not often Harry looks at putts, so obviously at night every player's been saying it's been tricky. You can see here she's putting through her shadow, which is also a problem players are going to have to face with, but this is a good opportunity straight back up the hill. Looks like there's a touch of left to right, just not that much. These greens differ from the Magulus. The Magulus is a Bermuda green, so they're a bit slicker, where on the Faldo it's a thicker leaf and it's a lot grainier, so you have to hit your putts a lot more than rolling them, especially at night time. That was an opportunity right there. That was a very brave, that was her second, that was a very brave shot in, yeah. Not many people will be below the hole by that water with a birdie put on 12. Opportunity miss for Georgia.
It did go in the bunker from Metro at 18. To remind you, this is not her final hole of the day.
Short-sided herself. That's a good effort from there. She'll have that for a par 4.
And then 7 more holes to complete round 2. Yeah, everything's been put on hold in a way. This is the return of international sport to Dubai. Engstrom with her tee shot at 12.
Fabulous shot. Be no more than a 9-iron for Engstrom, 143 yards. Brave attempt to leave it below that flag. Pin's only 8 on today.
Was the runner-up here last year, so likes the course. This is her approach into the 11th.
Needs a draw, and's got one, yeah, below the hole there. Got the uphill putt for birdie to get back on track. Been doing a bit of work with Zane Scotland on her swing. Just taking it back, touch on the outside and then dropping it on the inside. So she's hitting some big draws, and now she's got a bit more compression on the golf ball.
Struggling for par at 14, Iturios.
Yeah, tough pin on 14. It's just over that slope. You're pitching on a downslope, down grain. So she went through the back in 2. Good up and down there.
Yeah, just that one bad hole, as you can see it at the 7th.
Many a player struggled on 7.
Hardest hole on the course.
Yeah, dogleg left to right, and then I mean you have to hit it over water, and then there is water between you and the green. All you see as a right-hander stood on that tee box is water, not a lot of land. Kim won't have that problem though, being a lefty. It would suit her down to the ground, the 7th. It's for a sandy save. Good 4 down the hill from Metro. Escaped with a par there. Never found the fairway. Hardly found the green. Put me down for a 4.
Yeah, she's the older of the Metro sisters. Her sister's the mini Metro, isn't she? Yeah. Engstrom, great tee shot. Birdie to match. No.
very animated, isn't she, over her putts? When she holds one, a huge smile. When she misses one, it's like, oh, I can't believe it. Maybe it'd be better to be a little bit more Inbee Park-like, or you just never know.
Yeah.
No, but for her benefit.
For her, not for ours.
Not for us. It's great to watch people with a bit of emotion. But for her, I think...
Well, she's still only 19, isn't she?
Yeah, just change the attitude up, be a little bit freer over it. Stop reacting like it's the end of the world. Because she's still only 19 and she's a very good golfer.
Well, that's worked out nicely for Muirhead, nicely judged. So she's coming to the 18th here, and her mum and dad probably at the, what is it, the 11th, aren't they? They can't see from there, can they, if they stick their neck out in the back garden?
The 11th on the Majlis.
Yeah.
Couldn't be further away.
Couldn't be further.
Could not be further away. Yeah, it's the other side of the property.
Is there anywhere you can see?
No.
No.
No. So par 3, 11th on the Majlis they are, and the 18th green of the Faldo is right at the entrance to Emirates Golf Club. So a couple of par 5s away.
Well,
they could maybe drive past.
I mean, listen, the way she's going, I mean, she's in contention. Wouldn't be far to take the trophy home, at least.
Oh, what a trophy that is. It's a fantastic trophy. Some great names on it also.
Yeah, the famous Dalla trophy. So she's got a good birdie chance to come, and brings its difficulties, as Sophie's about to show us from earlier today.
Another challenge is the greens. There's shadows from the floodlights. So putting through your shadow can be quite distracting, but also it's very hard to read them. In the sunshine, these greens look really grainy and you can see the slope quite vividly, but at night, with the floodlights, this gets affected. So you might think a putt straight, but it breaks hard right to left. Players are not used to playing in floodlights, and they're especially not used to putting on greens. You might go to a driving range with floodlights, but it's very rare that you'd see them ever on a putting green under lights. Reading greens is tough in these conditions.
Yeah, nice bowling action there, though, Sophie.
Yeah, a bit of Ken Brown on the green, I feel there. Do you know what? I went out today and rolled a few left-handed, hold a lot, and could be a way forward. Get rid of the putter and just start rolling them.
They're letting the amateurs in general putt first, aren't they?
Well, I would here. She's going to get a read. But yeah, you have found that from... Well, you won't get a read if you pull it left. Yeah, it's just easier to kind of... to get them out the way in the nicest possible way.
She's using the
There's my old caddy here, Sanjay.
Just caddying for Alison.
No, he's just about
putting
to hit
now.
the
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm getting all my inside information from Sanjay about Alison.
Is he a good player?
Very good player. I'm going to build him up now. He's going to miss this.
Oh, we can't believe it.
Oh, I'm glad we've got that one on television.
I sent some texts coming later. Now, Muirhead with a good chance here.
When you're playing at your home course, it's so easy to start over-reading things. I bet Alison goes round here with her laser, never had a yardage book round here in her entire life. Now it's got all these numbers. It's got a caddy telling her where to hit it. The amount of times that you can overcomplicate it. Uphill, slightly right to left. Nice and firm.
Well, this is to try and take her back to level par for the round. She's had a double, a couple of bogeys.
This putting stroke did not let her down yesterday with 19 putts. Left below right. Over reed.
Yeah, it looked a good stroke.
That can happen. You're playing with the amateur. They shuts the club face, and you think, oh, it goes more right to left than you think. But there you go. Look, over-analysing. You've played this course a million times, Alison. Just see it and hit it.
Yeah, she looks determined. Certainly not here just to make up the numbers, is she? Back to the par 3 12th.
Should set up nicely for Cowan's draw.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, played one there. Great shot. Closest we've seen today. Can somebody finally roll a putt in on 12? So Coe laid up on 13. Pins 24 on. 6 from the right. She's coming straight down this green. Expect this to be close. Bit of release there. Quite a big divot. Didn't get the control that she would like. Drove down into the back of the ball. Went a bit further than she wanted.
Yeah, such a deadly wedge game.
I'll never forget that at the A&A, where she laid up to that perfect number over the water and nearly holed it, didn't she? Broke Charlie Hull's heart and everybody at home watching. You can learn a lot from that. We saw that yesterday with Minjee Lee, just laid up to a perfect number and hit it close. These pros are excellent with their wedges.
Yeah, telling you about Expo 2020. Of course, now Expo 2021. First time in Dubai for Lydia Ko. Of course, had some great winners of the Omega Dubai Ladies Masters over the years. First one, of course, a couple of times by Annika Sorenstam. Shan Feng seemed to turn up and win every time she came. He won 4 times in, I think, the space of 5 or 6 years.
I remember her speech, and she said, "It's me again."
Yes, that's right.
Some courses just suit you, though. You find that with the men around the Major List. There's players that are just experts at playing that golf course.
Yeah, Lucas Herbert will be defending his title next season. The Dubai Desert Classic. Now Ko to get back to 5 under.
Look at the break on that.
And the speed. Still going.
So what happens? You get that downhill, down grain putt. You've just had a few slow ones. That was a bold attempt.
Yeah, they're saying, what's it, 11.4 on the stimp speeds of these greens?
Yeah, grain is massive. We don't see a lot of it when you play back home in the UK, but out here with the sunshine and how hot it is, and when it's downhill, down grain, it's so slick.
Yeah, 15 LPGA Tour victories, but only one since the summer of 2016. Of course, she'd just become a 2-time major champion there. The youngest ever to win a major when she won at Evian.
It fascinated me how, I don't know whose decision it was hers or David Ledbetter's, that they not only wanted to change her swing, he actually invented a new swing called the A swing. How many of the best golfers in the world start changing things? Tiger chased a new swing, Martin Keimer changed his swing, and And now Sean Foley states they're trying to get back to the thumbprint of what she used to swing it like. So
well, she had, I mean, he's her 7th swing coach in 7 years. I mean, she has chopped and changed quite a bit.
Yeah, she's done the same with caddies. Hopefully now she's going to take a touch more ownership of things and steady the boat.
For par.
Yeah, Lydia. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's important that you don't want to be dropping a shot with only a lob wedge in your hand.
Was it so fast? Sugar rush.
There's not a bad word ever said about Lydia Ko.
Oh, super nice. Like, does anything for anybody. Very generous. Even sat on the board on the LPGA. She wanted to know more about it. Gives back to the game.
Runner-up last year to Nuria Iturrios. Cowan to try and get... No, she's not made it either. Another one that just overread it. We mentioned yesterday Peter Finch is out here, the YouTuber. He played with her a few weeks ago and called her the straightest driver of the golf ball on the planet.
I know, I was slightly offended actually. I played a bit of golf with Mr. Finch, so I'll be having words. But yeah, she is. I think she's about 79% fairways, which is better than mine. But she's just looking to get a bit more distance. She's only about a 230 average this week, and the likes of Lydia Ko are now up to 250 this week. So she needs to just not only hit it straight, just get a few more yards.
Well, there's the top of the leaderboard. Laura Funchtuk, who shot a round of 67 yesterday, has picked up 3 more shots today. The defending champ.
Putting not easy at night. Players struggling to read the grain. But here's Herban for birdie at 17.
More rolls.
Celine, winner again on the Ladies European Tour last season in Spain. Coached by, of course, Vicente Ballesteros, brother of Severiano. She's actually based out in Spain, isn't she? Although she spends a lot of time in America. I mentioned Beth Allen. Of course, fond memories of Dubai. This is where she wrapped up her Order of Merit.
Well, we know how quick this is from Ko's part. Sit down. It's amazing to see that the players on 12 all misread there or overread. 13. It's obviously getting there with the pace. Don't worry, Beth, it happened to Lydia Ko as well. You're in good company.
In 2016, the year she topped. Unlike Ko, she couldn't make the one back, so it's going to slip to 2 over now. Fourteenth hole, which is where Lydia Ko's waiting right now.
Par 4, 363 yards. Need to favour the right half of this fairway, and you need to be short of the water hazard. Anything landing 230 yards will catch the downslope. You don't want to be hitting it any more than 250 yards. Down the right hand side really opens up the green and you can hit down it. Now with this flag on the right today, anything down the left half brings that bunker into play. So right half off the tee and you can go straight down the green. pin is 14 on, 7 from the right.
There were some glasses that you could see at night, like supervision glasses. Yeah, I know.
It's when you get the lighting in the right spot, it's great.
Yeah.
If you don't, like on 16, when the light is for a right-handed golfer and your shadow is on the ball,
it requires a lot. I mean, it requires focus any other time, but like more so.
That much more.
They put LED lights in, didn't they? They changed all
Yeah,
the
they
lights.
did. Yeah,
They're much better than the one
Yep, it's brighter.
Yeah, I sometimes worry when we eavesdrop on conversations, what they're talking about, particularly when it's just pros there. With amateurs, I feel a little more safe to keep quiet and just listen. It's always going to be a little more polite. But it is interesting. I mean, there's no doubt about it. This is another dimension, isn't it? Playing under the lights. It's something else to try and beat.
Oh, it's totally different. That you're used to playing in sunshine, not in the pitch black. It's when you look up. They were saying about the light. You look up into the light bulbs, so you struggle to see the ball flight. Then the amateur was saying about putting through shadows.
The whole field is that way?
I was looking at Lydia's fairway wood. Have you seen the middle mark on it?
No.
Oh my days, it's impressive. It's like she's just sat there with the ball and just tapped it. She certainly finds the middle of that club face.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah, she's quite good, isn't she?
Drop shot for Alan at 13.
Now we know how good she swings it. Oh, puts it pretty good as well.
She's had a tough day as well. Good done with that. To cheer her up. She's 14. Ko is at 14.
Down the right-hand side.
Into the wasteland bunker.
It's a big fairway to miss.
Some big skyscrapers there as well.
Yeah, when you have to write in your yardage book, just aim at that skyscraper, and then the next year you come back and they built another one.
Well, as you say, didn't take the driver out, left herself the yardage she wanted.
Needs to leave this short of the flag. Give herself the uphill putt. And has done so. Be right to left though.
Georgia, like a lot of the players, will be playing in Saudi Arabia next week. 2 events for the very first time in Saudi Arabia on the Ladies European Tour coming up. And one of course, this, I suppose, Middle Eastern swing. And then, of course, the small matter of the US Open to come as well.
No, can you believe it? We've still got 2 majors left. The Masters and the Women's Open. US Open. Sixteenth hole, par 5. This is the one where the shadows come into play. 466 yards. Trouble is, off the tee, you hit into the upslope, so it's difficult to get there into. Two big shots to get there into. If you choose to lay up, you need to lay up short of the waste bunker, which is about 70 yards short of the green. So you plot your way down there, leave yourself a nice number into the green. The green sits from back to front, and the pin position is nearly the same as yesterday, 13 on and 6 from the left.
Third shot in for, well, I assume second shot in for Iturios. Yeah, it's a good one, whatever number it is.
Fantastic shot there. Did well to hold that green with a long iron. Two-tiered green. Firm first bounce.
She got to play with him, and she said he's got all those twitches as well that he has when he plays tennis too. No birdie then at the short par 4 for Georgia Hall. 2 over. Feel like holes are running out for her now as well. 54-hole event. And she's fully 11 shots behind Caroline Headwell, her Solheim Cup teammate. Laura Funchstuck, by the way, still 8 under. She's got 5 holes left to play. Those are recent performances in events sanctioned by the Ladies European Tour, but be remiss not to mention the Cambia Portland Open in September.
Oh, absolutely. Looked to be struggling a touch with her game, followed around at the Scottish Open, and I was really impressed with how she fought back. She looked to be losing her swing, but worked something out, had a good back nine, made the cut, went out to America and got that victory on American soil. It was so important in a playoff against Ashley Buhai.
Yeah, and she was in contention as well at the ShopRite, wasn't she? But of course that ended up being Mel Reed's week.
I don't mind it if the English just pass it between them, the wins. I'm totally fine with that. Now, Lydia was wide on 14. Now she's picking a few stones up out there, which she's in a waste bunker, so that's totally fine. You can see the lie. She's not in any footprints, which is good. Coming straight down the green, but what we can't see there is there's a huge water hazard. So she needs to catch this clean. Ball, then sand. That is an unbelievable goal shot. You could hear the amateurs clapping. You see the ball fly just a touch of draw. Yeah, that is worth a fist pump. That's the shot of the night for me.
Well, she's a world-class player. Showing it there, Lydia Clote. That's a world-class backdrop as well.
See, those amateurs have been in that position before. They know how hard that shot is, and she just made it look very easy.
Well, Lydia Ko very much amongst our contenders, sitting inside the top 10. There she is at the bottom of the page, looking for just her second birdie of this second round. Alison Lee, 50 hours it took her to get to Dubai. It's been worth the journey after her round of 68.
We're under the floodlights here in Dubai, one of the most iconic skylines in the world. Olivia Jackson, just grazed the right edge. Can't quite believe that. Not easy to read these greens at night time. The grain confusing some of the players compared to the morning wave. Amateurs with the pros. in this 2-day program over the first 2 days. And then tomorrow, just the pros out on the course, battling out for that $285,000 prize fund.
Well, I think that was her second shot that we saw. In case this is for eagle for Iturios to get within 2.
Right to left swinging putt.
Yes.
Oh, they were calling that a fair few feet out. Ah, a great chance. Did have an eagle yesterday. I should say today at the 6th hole, so that was for her second of the round. Use the pause, you know, that we all had to try and make her body a bit stronger. She played golf, obviously, tennis, rock climbing as well. Trying to get her body a little stronger. And she passed her driving test in July as well.
It's amazing, isn't it? I suppose she didn't have time to drive. She's too busy travelling the world in courtesy cars, winning millions of dollars on the LPGA. You know, you do sacrifice a lot when you are a child prodigy. Like you talk about going back to school. Charlie Hull's the same when it comes to driving. Gabs Cowley, they're all reluctant to pass the test. I just bobbled off the fringe there. She'll take 4 after that tee shot though. I think the fitness was huge for Lydia. She'd lost quite a lot of distance with her swing, and now she's looking at a ball speed of 150 miles an hour, which obviously is not Bryson DeChambeau, but
she was at 113th in driving distance on the LPGA Tour last season.
25 yards she's been working on gaining. So she's got fitter, changed the swing, got on the launch monitors and changed her driver settings as well, so she's got a bit of a flatter ball flight, more carry and more run. She's got to get onto these par 5s in 2. She was losing out so much on tour.
Oh, is this the 14-year-old Kiara Noja?
This is great. As an England selector, I can just sit here and watch her on television. I don't need to go to any of the events.
Does that mean you're getting paid double?
Volunteer for England golf.
Fair enough.
I might try and get expenses though.
Yeah, good birdie, wasn't it? From Nuria Iturios. So the defending champion up to 6 under, share of 5th place.
Now Engstrom on 13 for birdie 3. Straight back up the hill. Not much in this one. See a lot of players starting to leave. Some put short.
Yeah, she reached the last 16 at the women's amateur at West Lancs back in the summer in the UK. She was actually born in the UK, born in Germany, wasn't she? Raised in the UK, and is now just moved out to Dubai with her family. Already plays off +5 at 14.
Yeah, with the new world handicap system, she got dropped from +4 to +5. Imagine standing on the tee thinking I need to shoot 67 today to place my handicap.
No, I can't imagine that, no.
I can't anymore. Right, back onto the 17th. Flags at the back of the green today. Look to land it maybe 5 yards short of the pin and release back there.
How about this? What a shot from Iturios.
Fantastic golf shot.
And she's got that for her third 2 of the day.
No, I think Caroline Headwell should be describing this hole, not me. She played it a lot better with her hole-in-one yesterday. 177 yards. You play back into the sun here normally, but it's into the lights today. Green surrounded by bunkers. You're hitting onto a down grain part of the back of the green, so that's why it was so firm and releases. Pins 31 on and 9 from the right-hand side. Players will be hitting 6-iron, 5-iron in here today.
Yeah, Nuria has got her caddy Carlos Leandro on the bag. He's a friend of hers who was at university with her in Madrid. It's his first time out caddying. He's actually an aspiring professional. And Nuria suggested, well, come out and caddy, because she did that last year for Luna Sobron at the Australian Open, and she said it really helped her, gave her a real perspective, and feels it wasn't a coincidence that she then went those win over the next few months. So she's hoping that he enjoys it and also gains something from it as well. They're having a good time, and so you should after a tee shot like that.
Yeah, caddy picked the right club there, didn't he? Pat on the back. There's that awful feeling that when you pass the club over as a caddy, then you've suddenly got no control. So as a player, you know what you're thinking over the ball if you're a bit worried that it's not the right club, or am I going to get over the water? All those types of stuff. As a caddy, you have no idea. You just cross your fingers and hope for the best.
Under the lights in Dubai, Caroline Headwell. Well, she's had a week to remember already. A hole-in-one leader after rounds 1 and possibly 2, although Laura Funchtuk might have something to say about it, and the defending champion as well, because Nuria Torres has got a